So, you want to fight a mole? Well, you're at the right place. In this giant mole guide, I'll be telling you exactly how to prepare and what to expect, and most importantly, how to deal with this beast. Let's start off with your loadout. Since the mole is a free-to-play boss, I will be focusing on items that are available to free-to-play players. But any items of a higher tier can be used as well. For your equipment, I advise full tier 50 gear, so Mystic, Rune or Blue Dragon Hide, depending on your style. Lower tiers probably also will work depending on your levels and skill. Aside from armor, you can also bring in your Lumbridge Diary Ring, a Team Cape or Troll Cape and a necklace to boost your stats. For your inventory, if you can, bring 2 to 3 prayer potions. They should comfortably last you throughout the fight. If you don't have access to prayer potions, you can also bring in a Twisted Bird Skull necklace from Dungeoneering, 2 Bury Bones in exchange for prayer points. The small moles inside the lair can easily be killed for some bones as well. Alternatively, bring some cheesecakes if you want the extra healing whilst also being able to restore prayer points. For the remainder of your inventory, you can fill it up with swordfish or better food. Stat-wise, I recommend at least level 50 defense and your chosen combat style, along with 43 prayer for access to protect from melee. With our loadout settled, let's move on to the actual encounter. You can enter the mole's lair by going down to the big flower in Faldor Garden. This will put you in a small lobby-like space. After a brief moment, the mole will spawn. But since it isn't aggressive, you can take all the time you want before you start, allowing you to explore the lair first if you want to do so. Once you're ready to start, simply click the mole to attack it. Throughout all the fight, you will want to have Protect from Melee active. Having a keybind to Freedom and Anticipation also is useful, but not required. The lair has 5 fighting rooms, connected by narrow passages. The first room, where you start the fight, is purely a DPS check, meaning you can attack the mole while it attacks you with its melee basic attacks. Once its health is reduced enough, it will randomly move to one of the corner rooms. You can see which room it's going to by following the brown mole heap arrows. If you missed it, you can also rotate your camera to swiftly find the mole. Run over to whichever corner it went to and reduce its health again until it moves. Each corner has a different mechanic. But one mechanic they all share is that if you attack the mole from a place where it can't hit you, you will start taking terrain damage. As such, moving into the rooms is advised if you don't have enough DPS to rush the phases. In the northwestern room, the giant mole will spawn in mini-moles that will join in on attacking you. Do your best to ignore them, as there is no limit to how many can be spawned. Focus on the giant mole and reduce its health as fast as possible until it burrows. The southwestern room has a slightly more dangerous mechanic, where the mole will dig itself in and resurface, creating an area that swiftly can deal a lot of damage. Avoid standing inside of the area and once again reduce its health until it moves. When dealing with the southeastern room, you will want to pay attention for a message saying you hear a crumbling noise above. This will cause the ceiling to collapse on your location for a few seconds, following you. You can avoid this entirely by constantly moving, but if it hits you, you will be stunned, taking damage for the remainder of the duration. So my advice is to use Freedom or Anticipation, and depending on how much damage you already dealt to the mole, hit it to end its phase, or move around avoiding damage whilst also being unstunnable. Lastly, we have the northeastern room. Here the mole can enter a berserk state, where it deals more damage to the player, but in return can also be stunned. If you wish to do so, you can stun it and get in some free damage, or just damage it until it moves to the next room. Once all 4 corners have been defeated, the mole will return to the starting room, where it will use mechanics from all corners until it is completely defeated. But since you now know how to deal with each mechanic, that shouldn't provide too much trouble. If throughout the encounter you struggle with supplies, consider bringing a friend in. Since each phase only starts once you attack the mole, doing duel runs allows one of you to leave the lair and gather supplies before starting the next room's combat. With this knowledge, you should be able to get in a few kills. But why are we doing this? Well, the mole has a few neat drops. Mole parts, which members can exchange above ground in Felder Park for Bird's Nest containing seeds and jewelry. Numbing roots, which sell for a pretty decent amount, or can be used in encounters to remove bleeds and damage over time effects. A clingy mole, which can be attached to your anti-dragon shield from Dragon's Lair to make it absorb more fire damage. And the final chase drop obviously is the boss pet. I think that covers all you need to know. If you have any more questions or other bosses you want guides for, please drop them down below in the comments. Thanks for watching, please consider subscribing and hopefully see you next time. Bye!